Hello, hello, everyone. Those of you who are watching, great to see you tonight, today, whenever you're watching. We are all excited about our topic of conversation tonight. Yes,
Yes.
yes. So, I mean, you've heard of um, couples maybe possibly making statements of what they did, their past mistakes, probably hiding it from their spouse. Well, tonight we want to look at confessions. Okay, what are some of the confessions you have? Married couples have confessions of a married woman, confessions of a married man, the confessions you have, the things that you gotta keep away, keep and not say, just not let your
Yes.
spouse know. So tonight we want to look at confessions
Confessions
of
of
a
a married
married,
woman
yeah,
and a married man.
yeah. So we're gonna kind of let some of that out, just talk about, some of those. I know I have some confessions.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're gonna hear about some of those for the first time tonight.
Yes. And
And
I'm
this is
gonna
kind of
and you're
weird.
gonna hear about some of my confessions.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna yeah, really listen out for that. So
Yeah.
this is kind of weird because we're at Unique Couples After Dark.
Yes. We have Vito and Linda Patrick of Unique Couples, and welcome to Unique Couples After Dark.
Yeah, so it's a little later than we normally be out doing, you know, videos. And yeah, so it's really interesting trying to get our youngest one to bed on time to be able to do this. But yeah, it didn't work. Like she just like knew something was happening and
Yeah.
she's up. So we're gonna be very brave and try to get these confessions out. Because yeah, we just want to share. We just figured we start. This is the start of the series, Unique Couples After Dark, and so we just wanted to be able to just start and just open with a confession or confessions. Yeah.
Confessions.
So
Yeah.
when you hear some of these, you might be a little surprised because this is the first time I'm actually saying it out loud. I think this is the first time I'm actually saying them out loud outside of my head,
Hmm.
like actually
Yeah.
putting them in words.
Yeah.
So we might have a little more to do in terms of talking after this, because of you know what happened, but that should be interesting. I think we need to get the link, so we'll put some links on. Stay on until the end. We are talking about confessions of a married man, confessions of a married
Married
woman.
woman.
We are
Yes.
sharing our confessions as well, so stick around until the end, okay, to get that, okay. So yeah, so this is going to be interesting. I'm going to start. you
Yes.
think you think
Go
you're ready?
go ahead and start.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. um Ooh, okay, yeah, this is really interesting. Like I said, just thinking about okay, wanting to do it and saying and not necessarily, because sometimes when you think about making a confession, I mean, let's be honest, and sometimes when you think as a married woman or even a man, I'm talking about a woman from a woman's perspective, you think about saying something to your spouse that they don't know or possibly could hurt them. You get terrified. You're terrified that he wouldn't understand, he would be hurt, it's going to kind of mess up your relationship, or where will you go from there, and the ramifications of it could be so much. So it's like, what do you say, not say? But
Hmm.
I'm just like, you know what, this is the not perfect opportunity, but an opportunity to do so. So I'm going to share, and then hopefully I guess we'll have to talk about some of them more after this, but at least get it all out. Sometimes they say confession is good for the soul or something like
Yes.
that. Yeah. So we just let it out and share. So when we look at confession, sometimes it's your thoughts. It could be a confession of a thought
Hmm.
that you had, a mindset, like a particular sets of thoughts, recurring things that you believe and stuff. And then it could be actual behaviors, whether it's past or present. So I think most of mine is in the past. So for me, the first one would be at one point in our marriage. I can't remember exactly when, like which year or anything like that.
Mm.
I would say that I thought I was interested in someone else. Yeah, I thought I was interested in someone else, like interested in someone else. And
Mm.
it's amazing, like now I can't even remember who it was. Yeah, it's really funny. I can't really remember who it was, and I don't think it was like, okay, romantically, oh, I want to get involved with this person, leave you for that person. But it was more like, I wanted so much more. I want so much more out of life. I want so much more things. The live one, I wanted so much more, and it was like I wasn't getting this. So should I, and be interested in someone else? So that's definitely one thing. So sometimes it just happens. Um, volume. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. You kind of coming out of the yeah. So yeah, how you feel about that?
That's very surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's shocking.
hmm
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we'll talk about that some more.
yeah,
Yeah. So, like I said, it wasn't, like to say be romantically involved. It was, just at a point in our relationship and our marriage where um I was like, I don't think I'm getting my needs and wants met. And you weren't fulfilling them. And it was like, I just needed that gap to be filled. You know what? So, yeah. So the idea of someone else and not necessarily, having someone else, it was just the idea of, oh, I needed this type of person in my life because I wasn't getting what I needed or wanted from, from you. That's
mhm,
kind of the way it felt. Yeah. So hey, it happens, ladies, married women. Yeah, it happens. The thought may come, and then what do you do after? Is what do you do after? So sometimes it could be a little challenging, but it's kind of like what you do after. hmm Yep, what you do after.
yeah. So that's why it's important to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Have that conversation with your spouse. For those that are watching, if that thought comes to mind,
hmm I think.
so you can talk about it, you can discuss it, and find out what areas of needs aren't being met.
hmm
Yes, that's important because once you can do that, then you will have something to work on in
Yeah.
your marriage.
Yeah, and I think like you said, being able to talk about it and being open about it and just, having to move on from there. And I think it was like a whole lot of like void individually, like what I had and stuff that I was dealing with personally. And I had to come to the realization that, hey, it wasn't even so much of what you would have done to kind of fill those needs for me. And I had to get to the point where I realized that I had to fill in those needs for myself. So it
Hmm.
wasn't even about bringing someone else in or trying to say, connect with someone else to fill those needs because you weren't filling them. And I realized that, hey, the void, the emptiness was something that I had personally that I had to deal with that nobody could fill. Nobody else could fill it. So even though I felt like, okay, I needed someone else to come and fill this because I didn't feel like those needs were being met by you, I had to come to the realization to myself. And so even before I could say even act on it, the thought was there.
Hmm.
And even before I could act on it or do anything about it, I was able to realize that, oh my goodness, this is something I have to work on. I have to work on. And so for me, it's always been a personal journey, something that I,
Hmm.
always have to be constantly doing, working on myself, because if you don't grow, you're gonna stagnate,
Yeah.
you can just keep, getting worse instead of getting better and improving. And that's something that I had to work on and improve. hmm So that was something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though you get the thoughts, even though, the thoughts may come, it could be thoughts about anything, kind of, take the time to know yourself, work through it, get to the bottom of what it is that you feel as if you're lacking, or whatever, whatever the thought is, if it's a recurrent thought, kind of work on that and try to um, use it to improve your relationship, and say, okay, if I have this need, or I feel it, I'm feeling this way, what can happen? What do I need to improve it? How could I help? How could my spouse help? What do I need to do? How can I improve? And then that will help kind of like move on from there.
Mm.
And that's something that I had to work on. And I'm glad that I didn't let the thought, escalate and
Absolutely.
focus on
Yeah.
that, because it could have been where, if I just stayed focused on, okay, this need is not being met, this need is not being met, this want that I have is not being met, this isn't being met, and you're not fulfilling it. I had been stuck there, and it would always seem as if I needed someone else or something else to fill in that gap, when in actuality it's something that I had to work on, myself. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I know that's like a little shocker. Shocker. I didn't even know I was going to say it,
Yeah.
because, like I said, it was just like a passing, thought.
Hmm.
And it was just like a really rough time for me in our relationship. And it was just like, yeah. So, you have any confessions to make? Confessions of a married man.
Yeah.
I am going to try to be a big girl and just accept it, because I'm asking you to be a
Hmm.
strong, brave man for me to come and just kind of like open up and share these things. So I'm going to be a brave girl. So whatever you say, I'm going to be able to suck it up and know that, hey, okay, and hopefully it's something in the past. So I'm going to try to be that. I know it can be challenging. Yeah, it could be
Yeah.
challenging. It could be challenging. Hmm.
So I have a confession to make, that sometimes, and this is in the past,
Okay.
sometimes I pretend to be sleeping when when you wanna when you want to talk.
So,
Now I know I married you as my wife for the rest of my life. So obviously we will have many conversations and we will talk.
hmm.
But sometimes I did pretend to fall asleep. So we cannot talk.
Okay, so you know what? I mean, like for that, because I mean, you said it's in the past,
Yeah.
but it could possibly, I'm thinking maybe this happens. Anytime I see you fall asleep, or it seems as if I am talking and then you kind of like drifting off, I'm gonna like what should I do? Throw water on you or something? Like catch you up and know that, hey, you pretending? Like,
No,
yeah, yeah.
it was
Or
a
you just
it's a confession. Yeah. So you see me
do
sleeping
something.
now. I'm probably tired.
So when you're sleeping now, it's real sleep.
Yeah.
Oh geez. Okay, okay. Yes. Oh yeah. So yeah. So I mean, I guess for
Yeah.
some men,
That tends to happen because ladies, they can talk, and
some men talk too. Don't yeah.
yeah,
But go
they
ahead,
tend
yeah.
to talk a bit more. Some men, they have plenty of work to do in the area of listening. I think I've overcome that. I can I can listen.
Okay. You have improved. I must say that. You have improved,
Yeah.
because I know even initially one of the issues for me was that um I'd be talking to you, and you would be, I don't know, maybe say watching TV,
Hmm.
or maybe, and then after, I think the watching TV or being distracted with your phone kind of thing, or just kind of doing something else, maybe it's picking up something or putting something away or whatever it is, and I'm trying to talk, and I'm like, I want your full undivided attention. I like want you to stop everything you're doing. I want you to sit down, look me in the eyes, and then you got better at that at one point, so it was like, okay, you stopped doing all the activities and you kind of like paid attention and zoned in. Of course, this is me after, I would have said that this is what I wanted. This is active listening for me. I want to see you doing this. And you did that. And then it came to the point where you then you would give me advice and you'd say, okay, but maybe you should have done this, that. I was like, but no, I didn't ask you for advice. I just want you to listen. So you got better at that. And there was a point where you actually listen. Like I'd be talking to you and you'd be like, you just be quiet. Like the entire time, I'm like, are you hearing me? Like, are you still listening? Because there was no fillers. There was no like, oh, okay, I hear what you say. Oh, wow. There was none of that inside that. So
Yeah.
that's why I said you have improved. So you can see
No,
like the progression and stuff like that. So sometimes I
you
still
did
have
say
to,
listen. Yeah.
yeah, sometimes I still have to say, are you listening to me? Like, did you hear what I had to say? Because you would just be there and you would just be like, okay, I'm listening, and no sound comes out. Like you're just there, like listening. And then most of the time I'm not necessarily sitting next to you where I could say I could see your head moving and nodding and stuff like that. And not necessarily because you're not doing it, but because I am just so used to, I'm looking up in the sky, I'm looking down, I am, closing my eyes, I'm experiencing all that. So this is me talking,
Hmm.
right? So I don't necessarily see if you're nodding your head or agreeing on all that stuff, but I don't hear a sound. I don't hear, oh, wow. I don't hear any of that. So, yeah, you have improved, but yeah, I don't think that's a nice thing to fall asleep. And then and then you do it. So I had to say, okay, if you want to go to sleep, like let me know, but don't just fall asleep on me when I'm trying to talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not.
just gotta make the connection.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, don't just fall asleep and don't say anything. Just say, okay, can we continue the conversation? I really love to talk, but I'm tired and sleepy, so we could think. I got hurt, but I think I kind of worked through that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So confession, you gave one. I think I have another one. We're not going to. Yeah, like that first one was like a lot for me. So confessions of a married woman. At one point, I guess this one goes with the first one. I thought at one point, I actually thought of about just leaving you. I just thought about, okay, this marriage, I'm not into this. I don't know what this is about. This is not kind of like what I want to
And what you
see. It
sign up
wasn't,
for?
this isn't what I signed up for. Like, it isn't really working out like how I want it to work out. Like, I don't feel like I'm getting the support and the like it just felt like I couldn't talk. Like this is part about the talking too. Like I couldn't connect. Like we weren't connecting. You know. Every time I needed to talk, it was just like always somebody else I had to talk to. Like I couldn't just open up and just talk to you because it was like you weren't connecting. Like you didn't get what I was saying. And so that was really, really hard. That was really hard for me. And I was like, you know what? I don't know. This isn't, I don't know, this isn't working. This is not working. And of course all of that was a lot to do with things that I was dealing with individually,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, this isn't working. I don't know, this is not working. How is this going to work? This isn't working. And so I did actually think about, you know what, I need to leave. Let me go away. I'm going to go and travel, go finish up some degrees and whatever. This is not the life. I don't think I want this life. Yeah, I don't want this life. I don't want this life. And I am glad. And I remember you saying to me, "What do you want to run away or you want to run?" I was like, I have nowhere to go. You're gonna run away with me too.
Yeah.
I remember you saying, "Okay, I can run away with you too."
Yeah. We go together.
And I think that was the last time I actually had the thought to say, whatever it is, whatever challenge I'm facing, whether it's individually, whatever challenge we're facing in our marriage, that we couldn't deal with it. But hey, if I was going, you were going as well. So I might as well stay in and work
Hmm.
on it and deal with it. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely it. And I have another one. I don't know if you have one. You're gonna share the last one. And this one, kind of like I think as you as you grow and you get older, your body experiences changes. All sorts of things happen. Your sex drive kind of change. Your body changes. And at one point, it's like, no, I'm not. No, I was like, I don't enjoy sex all the time. It wasn't always a pleasant experience. It wasn't enjoyable because it's just like you had to psych up yourself mentally to say, okay, this is going to happen, or psych up yourself mentally to say, okay, just relax and just release and kind of like, you know, or just remove all the thoughts. Don't think about all of the issues and concerns and all that stuff. Like, kind of leave all of that out of the bedroom. So it became a point where, no. And I think even like after, I don't know which child, one of the kids, it was like physically, it was like, no, no, it ain't working out.
Mhm.
Yeah, it ain't working out. Yeah. And my body had to kind of get used to being just me and not just being a mom kind of body, it just felt like a mom body. I was like, no, I don't want you to touch that. Don't touch me there. I don't know. No, this isn't, I don't like this. No. And I kind of had to get used to making that, just feeling that and allowing myself to feel and enjoy the experience. But it wasn't and hasn't always been enjoyable. So that's the confession I have. I have to remember to breathe. It's just like a lot of confessions in one
Mhm.
at one time. It's just like a lot. It's just like a lot because it's like sometimes you have, these things that you have deep inside, like, thoughts, whatever, feelings, emotions, and you don't even admit it to yourself, much less to go and admit it to your
The
spouse.
spouse, yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes it could be hard. So we just want to encourage those persons who, even if you are dealing with, stuff like that, just make sure that you get into that space where you could talk to your spouse about, what is happening. We had to kind of make a pact to be best friends so that,
Yeah.
then I was able to be free to be able to talk to you and let you know, what was happening and basically be able to share. Okay. Sometimes you wouldn't get that where you're able to kind of like share everything, but for the majority of the things, yeah. So sometimes you have to just confess to yourself first, you know,
Yeah.
and then be so that you'll be able to be able to just kind of let it out
And
to
it's
your spouse.
important as husband and wife that you set that time aside
Mhm.
where you can get together and talk about whatever is going on.
Yeah,
So
be able
whatever
to connect.
thoughts that you may have, you want to talk about it because you don't want those thoughts to lead to action. So it's important that you set that time aside and talk about it. And then behavior.
Hmm.
You want to watch the behavior because the
Hmm.
behavior can also eventually lead to an action as well. So you have to watch the thought, watch the behavior,
Hmm.
and then you gotta have the right mindset, which is also important in a marriage. So it's important to have that mindset, and by having the right mindset, you will be able to overcome those challenges, those obstacles
Hmm.
that are in your marriage.
Yeah, I think too. That's a great point. When we look at confessions and confessions, the person who's doing the confessing, it'll be um, a scary process or feeling to be able to do that, or kind of fear and doubt in your mind about, how your spouse is going to take it and all of that. And so for the person who is hearing, who's on the other side of, okay, my spouse has something to say, you need to be open and willing to forgive and just open to willing to be able to hear and not make your spouse feel um dirty or um unwanted, unloved, or, don't make them feel hesitant because you wouldn't have created that environment where they could be open and sharing. And so when they are sharing, just be accepting of, okay, this is something that happened. Maybe it's something that happened in the past or something that they're struggling with now. Let's work together and kind of work through and past this, because when we do, we'll get and be stronger together, right? We'll be stronger together. So we just want to encourage you with that. This is like this after dark talk is really dark talk. I really, yeah. But I just love Unique Couples Sunday Night Live because, we get to be able to talk about all of the things that you can do to improve your marriage and all the encouragement. We have the couples on and, just kind of bringing all the different insights and stuff. And then, but with this After Dark, it's like, hey, all of those things that you don't necessarily talk about, you don't necessarily share, like the things that you, all those inner struggles or things that you may have problems with or couples have issues with. We want to kind of talk about that here, and we also want to encourage you. We have I think we have something going on for ladies. So there's a link in chat. You can go ahead and access that link. Join. It's the Think Like a Mistress Masterclass. I'll be there as well. There are 4 dynamic speakers, and I'll be there sharing as well. And hopefully, I can do that. I don't know if I could, but anyway, so I'll be there. Yes, I'll be there. We'll have the 4 speakers, and yeah, I'll talk about where this idea of thinking like a mistress kind of like came up. But I think it's important as ladies, as women, that we um, kind of open up our thoughts, our minds to more than just what we would have grown up with or knew, or um, just wanting to learn even more, and as it relates to ourselves and how you can make the best and most out of your relationship. So Think Like a Mistress Masterclass. We could put the link in chat for us. The
May 3rd and 4th.
Yes. Yes. So that is that is, yes, May 3rd and 4th. That's coming up. Think Like a Mistress Masterclass. Those of you who will be live with us watching that, there's also access to get the replay. So you could be a part of that and join that um, um, with us live. Yeah, tickets and stuff and all of that are available.
Yes.
Yeah, so Gia, you can put in the link in the chat for us, please. Thank you so much for the Think Like a Mistress Masterclass. Something fun. I tell you, this dark talk is just so dark, like, you forget. But anyway, something to kind of bring the connection. Oh my gosh, you have to like shake it off. Something to, I don't know how much of this I can do, this confession thing. Something
Well, I
to.
have another confession
Okay. You have another one.
Before we close.
Okay. Okay.
So I just want to confess that the greatest thing that happened to me was marrying you to be my wife.
Oh, that's thing. That's like.
Then you had my kids, our kids, and that made me the happiest man alive.
That's not a confession, but that's a good one. That's a good confession.
Yeah.
That's a good confession.
I love you.
I love you too.
So I am.
And I'm shy, and you
lucky.
come saying those things on camera.
I am lucky to have my family.
Oh, you come saying those things on camera. Okay. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So you can see I kind of like forgot what I was saying. I was gonna say something exciting, more
You were
exciting.
talking about Think Like a Mistress Masterclass, and you gave the dates, May 3rd and 4th, and then you started to talk about the treasure hunt.
Oh yeah. So the treasure hunt. We have it. You can access the treasure hunt at any time. Thanks, Gia. Gia put the Think Like a Mistress Masterclass link in the chat for me, and the for treasure us hunt. The treasure hunt. Yes. Oh geez, I forget what I was saying again. Yeah. So the treasure hunt, the treasure hunt, you can access anytime at any time. You can access that. This is it's built around what we kind of like had to discover and connect and know that hey, we had to build a connection to each other. So even though we were at a point where we got married and it seemed like everything was fine and okay, there was a point in the marriage just like we were drifting. So we had to learn to kind of get back together. And when we actually did get back together, connecting, more intimately, we had to learn to keep it and make it a intentional daily process. And so we built it where the treasure hunt allows you to connect with your spouse, allow you to connect with your partner on that kind of level where you're interacting, having fun together, learning and knowing each other. Okay, so the thing like the treasure hunt allows you to do that. So join. You could go ahead. The treasure hunt. The treasure hunt you can purchase at any time. The link is in chat. You could purchase that at any time and go ahead and have fun and excitement with your spouse doing that treasure hunt. Get connected, find those clues together. There's the love leaves clues, all of that. So this is supposed to be a short time, and I'm looking at the time, and we kind of like going over time.
It is
we want it to
after
be,
dark.
yeah, it's after dark. Like so much things happen after dark, like all this confession and letting out these stuff that didn't really expect to be happening now, but yeah, like it's just like another level, and so it's kind of like scary thinking about doing it, but we are going to continue with this series, Unique Couples, exclusively on YouTube. Unique Couples After Dark. Okay, so after dark.
Wednesdays, 9 p.m.
Yes.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, we might have to go a little later, but yeah, for now, that's the time. That's the time for that. So we have, yeah. So tell them about our pages and stuff where they could kind of like connect with us and what we're doing. Yeah.
So you can go ahead and you want to subscribe to our Unique Couples channel, YouTube channel. So go ahead and click the subscribe button and make sure to turn on that notification bell. So whenever we go live, you are notified and you can come on for all of the lives that we will be having here on YouTube. So we will be exclusively on YouTube for the Unique Couples After Dark. On Sundays, we also have our Sunday Night Live, and we are also here on YouTube as well.
And we're moving, right?
Yes, beginning May 2nd, we will be exclusively on YouTube for our Sunday Night Live.
Okay, so I think I got the links in, but Think Like a Mistress masterclass, and then for the Love Leaves Clues treasure hunt, I kind of like got it in. Yeah. Okay. So so Instagram, we're Instagram. You can hail us up on Instagram. You said Facebook. Yes, Facebook. Twitter. And we're also on Twitter. Yeah. Okay, so you can find us, Unique Couples. We are excited about just being able to share and have all kind of couples just learning about their story and what's happening with them, and just being able to help in any way we can. So we're marriage coaches and we love what we do. We are all about building stronger.
Yes, here at Unique Couples, we are building stronger couples, healthier marriages, and happier families.
So yes, Unique Couples After Dark, all the secrets, everything, all the confessions, everything comes out. Go ahead again, like Vito said, subscribe. So there's a subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. That's what they say, right? Give us a thumbs up. And definitely click that notification bell, okay? And share. Let a couple know. We are here. We'll be here on Wednesdays after dark, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that we can share. Julia's saying, "Also sweet." She must have saw the kiss. Only could be because the confession was just something else. So
Yeah.
we'll continue with the confession. We had fun sharing tonight. Thanks for joining us. And go ahead, watch replay, and kind of like join us again. Share, let someone know. It doesn't really matter where you are in your relationship right now. If you want to work and improve it, you can. And yeah, we're available. We also have the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group. So that's an option too, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and join us.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.